No intro. I'm not even saying what's up to y'all. I want to know right out the gate, where are the visuals? Queen Bee, where they at? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mello. Beyonce released her highly anticipated album Renaissance all the way back in July, and we still don't have any visuals for the queen. Now, I don't know if you guys are like me, but maybe I'm just used to being spoiled by Beyonce, because ever since her debut titled album Beyonce, she's always given us visuals with her album releases. I mean, look back at Lemonade, we got visuals for that. I'm just, I don't think they're coming. I don't think they're coming anymore. And I think, I've accepted that, but I think we all need to come to the conclusion Beyonce ain't giving us them visuals. She's just not. Rant over. Let's get into what y'all came here for. Beyonce's Renaissance album review. Track number 1, I'm That Girl. Now, I feel like with this track, Beyonce straight out the gate really came in and lit us. Like, she reminded us why she told us to bow down all them years ago. And I'm not mad. Like, I'm That Girl is a great intro to Beyonce's album. She's talking her ish. She's telling the girls, like, I told y'all to bow down. I'm still that girl. Like, if there was any confusion on where Beyonce stood and how she felt about her and the other girlies, she's letting y'all know she's that girl. Coming in at track 2, we have Cozy. Now, Cozy is a song that I'm like, it's okay. It's one of those songs that I understand and I get why it's on the album. For me, I feel like it's not one of those songs that shines through as much as maybe like Virgos Groove, or maybe like a song like Heated or something like that. But I do enjoy the song and things of that nature. So no complaints here. Now, coming in at track 3, we have Alien Superstar. Now, I don't know what it is about me, but when I first heard this song, I just did not like it, kept skipping it. I was just like, I don't know, maybe if it was like the voice change, like maybe because it was something I felt like I haven't heard of Beyonce, and maybe I don't know what it was, but I could not get into it when I first heard it. Present day, I love Alien Superstar. Sometimes I'll go on the album and that's the first song that I play. It's amazing. Like, my favorite part of the song is the outro. I love how she switches it up. I love how she's singing. If that's your man, then why is he over here? Like, iconic. Coming in at number 4, we have Beyonce's current lead single, Cuff It. Now, Cuff It is a song that I'm just, to be quite honest and just to be quite frank, I do not feel like Cuff It was single potential. Again, Cuff It is one of those songs to me that, like, it just doesn't shine through as much as like Heated or as much as like Alien Superstar. So many fans wanted Alien Superstar to be the next single, and I don't know. Like, I enjoy Cuff It. It is a more upbeat song. I understand why it is a single, but I don't know. I felt like Alien Superstar, or at least Heated, should have been the second single, in my humble opinion. Coming in at track 5, we have Energy. Now, Energy is a song that I love. I don't know how I necessarily felt about when I first heard it, because I was like, okay, she's giving us all this gay stuff, and then now she's switching back to like sort of like an island vibe. That's kind of what I got from it. I think at the time, like, it just threw me for a loop, and maybe I wasn't feeling it when I first heard it. But fast forward present day, I love the song, love the intro, how it's just all of a sudden and he comes in, and him and Beyonce, I believe his name is Beams. Don't quote me on that. I could be having the wrong person in my head, but I love the energy that Beyonce and the guy that features on the song bring to it. I love his verses. So amazing song, no complaints. Coming in at track 6, we have Beyonce's lead single for the album, Break My Soul. Now, again, this was one of those things that when I first heard the song, I was just like, okay, this is obviously a smash hit. This is obviously a radio song, and maybe I just wasn't feeling it because maybe it was too radio for me. I actually did not enjoy and start to like the song until I heard it on the album, and until I heard how it flowed and meshed really well One thing I can say about Beyonce is that woman pays great attention to all of her Beyonce does not put out albums. She literally puts out like bodies and creations of work, and I think that shines through, and even how her tracks, like how they flow and go into the other thing. Coming from track 5 off of Energy and how it flows into track 6, Break My Soul, it is just amazing. Beyonce's a genius. So it's to the point that like Beyonce, I feel like she really sat down and thought of a way, like how can I have my viewers and my audience listen to my album without, you know, in the order and maybe the way I imagine it, and without them skipping. This is sort of a great way to bridge that gap, you know what I mean? Because I'm a person, like when I first listen to an album, I may skip it and things like that. But with a Beyonce album, I always listen to it from start to finish because I know her and I know she puts out bodies of work. I think she elevated it the way that all of the tracks flow into each other. So, it's amazing. Coming in at number 7, we have Beyonce's song Church Girl. Now, contrary to popular belief and how many people like Church Girl is an automatic skip for me on the album. Like, I hate to say it because like, this is Beyonce's world and we're just living in it, but track 7, it's literally just an automatic skip. I don't even think about it. Like, as soon as I hear like I'm just skip, like I'm just like skip, like I don't know, I'm just track 7, Church Girl, is just not for me. I love the hype that the song generated, you know. I think maybe because the song itself is titled Church Girl and maybe she's empowering, you know, women who go to church to kind of, you know, own themselves and own their womanhood. I love that aspect, but the song itself, it's just not, you know, it's not one that's in my particular taste. All right, coming in at track 8, we have Beyonce's Plastic Off the Sofa. Now, again, this is another skip. Don't be mad at me. Moving on. Coming in at track 9, we have Beyonce's Virgos Groove. Now, this song I absolutely love. This song puts me in the best of moods. I think Beyonce is a genius. I know on her first album, I believe she had a song, something called Signs or something like that. Like, Beyonce is really in tune with signs and things of that nature. As we all know, she's a Virgo. So for this song to be called Virgos Groove and for it to be such an upbeat, fun, simple song, I think Beyonce really represented Virgos. I know if I was one, I would be super proud. I really love this song. Like I said, sometimes it's one of the songs I will go and put on first when I listen to her album if I'm feeling more in like an upbeat kind of mood. It always gets me in a great mood. Absolutely one of my favorites, so love it. Coming in at track 10, we have Beyonce's Move. Now, again, I'm going to lump this in with Church Girl and I'm going to lump it in with Plastic Off the Sofa. It's a skip. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that, you know, it's okay for us to be honest with artists and to let them know, like, you know, that one wasn't my favorite, or like, you know what I really would have enjoyed? I think more so than ever for this particular album, I really would have loved to know her thought process. Beyonce literally put out Renaissance and became a gay icon, and there's nothing we could do about it. And I'm okay with it. You know, I'm okay with it. I just would have liked to know, like, what was the thought process? What led to this moment? Like, you know, because it's a whole body of work, and it's as amazing as it is, you know. I think I just would have maybe I would have connected more to the body of work if I knew her thought process and I knew a little bit more going into it. You know, I think Beyonce's always been one of those artists that she likes to leave her work up for interpretation. So I'm okay with that as well. So, you know, I've interpreted as much as I can, you know, but I would have loved to hear Beyonce's own words and, you know, how proud maybe she was of her creation. Coming in at track 11, we have Heated. Now, Heated is hands down one of the best tracks in my most humble opinion on the album. Heated needed to be a single. Like, we are already out of the summer. You know, Heated was definitely a summer song. I mean, Heated, it's called Heated, right? I felt like it still had time to be a single potential when she released the album. I feel like this is such a slept on song. I feel like I don't hear anyone talking about this song. A lot of people talk about songs like Church Girl, like Plastic Off the Sofa. They talk about Alien Superstar. I feel like Heated is really slept on, and I want everybody to wake up. Heated is absolutely phenomenal. It just gets me into the best of moods. Like, Heated is definitely up there and on par with Virgos Groove. Like, those two songs alone carry me. Coming in at track 12, we have Thick. Now, Thick is a song that maybe I didn't enjoy as much when I first listened to it, but after I went back and read the lyrics and, you know, understood what she was talking about, I was like, oh, Beyonce's up here talking her ish. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was a different side of Beyonce, grown and sexy. She's owning it. You know, she's a married woman. So, you know, she's talking about maybe some things that she does in her marriage. I don't know if Beyonce's goal was to like have us have some sort of like imagery when we were listening to this song, but I definitely imagine the things that she describes in the song that she's doing. Like, there's one particular line, she's all like that, D all over the yacht now. And I'm just like, I wasn't even trying to have a visual, but I literally had a visual of her having Jay-Z all over that yacht. So I'm just like, oh gosh, like A+ for like, you know, having me imagine something, I guess. But other than that, you know, the song is really good. It's a fun song. Beyonce's owning her womanhood. She's owning that she is a married woman, and you know that she still likes to please her husband, and they do things on the yacht, you know, rich people stuff. Coming in at track 13, we have All Up in Your Mind. Now, this is one of those songs that every once in a while an artist will have a song on an album, and I'm just like, I feel like just why? Like, I just feel like there's sometimes one song that just completely misses the mark of an album, and I feel like All Up in Your Mind is one of those songs that I'm just like, Queen Bee, why? Like, just why? Like, to me, it definitely kind of gives me vibes from like back in her Sasha Fierce days when she did that album and she had like the whole diva persona going on, right? Like, I felt like this song could fit back then. I don't know if that's what she was going for. I do enjoy the sound of it. I feel like the sound is different. I just feel like the way that maybe it flows and just other things wasn't necessarily for me. So all in all Up in Your Mind, it's a skip. It's a skip. Coming in at track 14, we have America Has a Problem. Now, again, I'm going to lump this in with All Up in Your Mind. I just feel like it's another one of those songs that maybe misses the mark. Maybe, you know, it's just going over my head and I don't understand it. If someone could explain it to me, I would be forever grateful. As of now, I'm just like, it's a skip. All right, coming in at track 15, we have Pure Honey. Now, oh my gosh, I think Pure Honey alone is the song that like, it just ties Renaissance to me. Like, I feel like if this song alone was not on Renaissance, Renaissance would not be the album that we know. Pure Honey is just such a great song for the gays, and I'm just like, if I knew how to Vogue, I would be in somebody's ballroom on that floor collecting my tens, just doing a damn thing. Like, it is such a good song. I am ashamed to get on Beyonce's internet and say that that song was a skip for me when I first heard it. Like, didn't understand it, didn't get it. I'm like, what is going on here? What made me fall in love is that during the wee hours of the internet, I believe I was on TikTok or Instagram, and I saw how the drag queen that Beyonce drew her inspiration from this song. And so I looked at the performance of the drag queen and I was like, oh my gosh, like, Beyonce is a freaking genius. Like, she put me onto something that I didn't even know and taught me something about the community that I'm in that I didn't even know. She obviously did her homework. And I'm just like, yeah, like she really did that. She really did that. Pure Honey is one of my favorites on the tracks. It's one of those songs where I'm just like, when I'm feeling just a little extra, like, that's what I put on. That's like, I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, you know what, let's get into this mood. So get into it. Get into it. Pure Honey it's definitely, do not sleep on it. Don't sleep. All right, closing out Beyonce's album at track 16, we have Summer Renaissance. Now, it's a skip. It's a skip. Like, to me, the album ends at Pure Honey. And it's weird because I don't know why she did not close the album out with Pure Honey. Like, Pure Honey should have been the song that closes out Renaissance and solidifies and lets her know and reminds her while she is now the new leader of the gays. Love it or hate it, if you want to admit it or not, Queen Bee is now currently the new leader of the gays. And I just felt like she really solidified that with this album. I feel like she came in strong with I'm That Girl, and I felt like she should have left us with something amazing. Summer Renaissance just does not do it for me. Like, it's weird. Summer Renaissance is really one of those songs that I feel like I have to be like, it's one of those songs that it just disconnects me. Like, I don't know, like I cannot be in my right mind listening to Summer Renaissance. Like, I have to be, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, Pure Honey should have closed it out. In my most humble opinion, Pure Honey should have closed the album out. That should have been that. I don't want the Beehive coming for me, but Summer Renaissance, maybe it should not have been on the album. It shouldn't have. Like, I would have been okay never hearing Summer Renaissance. That's just me. That's just me. Now, before I give Beyonce's album a rating, I want to just talk a little bit about its release and kind of just my overall thoughts and opinions on it. This release was, I felt like, unlike any other Beyonce's release. This release was messy with a capital M. From the beginning, like, we had Khalees who came out, and I guess, you know, she was like upset because Beyonce sampled a song of hers but did not go through Khalees to, do it or something like that. But from my understanding, Khalees does not own the rights to that particular song. Beyonce went to the rights holder, which I believe is Pharrell. So that's how Beyonce did that. There was just a lot of kind of mess and drama surrounding this release. Beyonce still to this day has not come out and said anything. I believe like a week or two ago, there was an artist who was coming out and said he worked on and did some things for Beyonce's Renaissance, including the album cover, and he was not properly compensated for that. So there was that drama brewing. Very messy release, just very messy. Something it was literally one of the last things I expected from Beyonce, because Beyonce really has well thought out, put together album releases. Again, she's only human, so sometimes errors will be made. So I would have liked the release to be smoother. Like I said, especially for this album, I would have liked just a little insight from Beyonce, a little bit of like why she chose to go in this direction. What do some of the tracks mean to her? I would have liked to hear a little bit from her. But y'all know Beyonce, like she told us in Alien Superstar, she pays us in dust. So again, I've come to the conclusion Beyonce is not giving us the visual. She's just not. Get over it. You know, I think when this album was first coming out, there was supposed to be like 3 acts. I didn't know what she was going to do. What I thought when I heard 3 acts, I thought first act was going to be the album, so we're going to get the songs. I thought act 2 maybe could have been the visuals. Like, okay, you know, here's all of my videos, so here's act 2. I think act 3, if it's still coming out, I think it could either be like a deluxe album, like, so, you know, additional songs, or it could be a whole new album as well. I would not put that past the queen. So who knows? Will I still be here for the visuals? Absolutely. I think, you know, Beyonce has spoiled us. She's spoiled us and she's given us visuals. And I think right now, I'm just throwing a fit. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for, Beyonce's rating for her album. For Beyonce's studio album Renaissance, I'm going to absolutely give it a 10 out of 10. Now, reason being, I took a few things into consideration as I was giving her this rating. One was, how was the overall album? Like, was it more songs that I enjoyed rather than skipped? You know, how many tracks were there? Was this a long album? Was this a short album? It was a fairly long album. I felt like overall there are more songs I definitely love and enjoy rather than songs that I skip. So that helped the overall rating. I also took into consideration what impact did this have on a culture when it was released. Beyonce had an impact on the gay culture. Beyonce had an impact on the black culture. Beyonce even had the white girls upset when she said Birkins was not in style anymore. So that definitely helped in its rating as well. Beyonce impacted various and numerous different cultures when this album dropped. You know, to me, albums and sales, that's never really mattered, because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of popular albums that sell out and that do really well that I've never heard. And vice versa, there's albums and songs that don't do well at all in the charts that I just absolutely love. So to me, I'm not really someone who's focused on the numbers. I'm not someone focused on the stats. I'm focused on what was the cultural impact, and overall, how did this album make me feel? With those two things combined and in total, Beyonce definitely earns a 10 out of 10 for her album Renaissance. That's it for me today, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, as that's okay too, because there's always room for improvement over here. Whether you gave this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know some of your favorite songs on Beyonce's album Renaissance. Are there any skips for you? Are you able to play it all the way through? What do you think about the album? And last but not least, if you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as I am on the journey to 100 subscribers. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll catch you all on the next video.